Hi, welcome back to our kitchen. As you can see, it's raining today, so it's an absolutely brilliant day for me to share my golden milk recipe with you. So it's a really great way to sort of incorporate some spices into your diet. And so yeah, let's get cracking. It's been raining like this all day. Yes, I'm really craving some golden milk. Let me show you how it's done. Now, golden milk is a combination of spices, usually involving turmeric and some black pepper, but it's just a spiced milk drink, which is really calming, really lovely to drink at night or in cold weather, but it's a really great way of getting some extra nutrients into your body. My recipe includes a bit of nutmeg, some cardamom, some cinnamon, the turmeric, it has ginger, it has black pepper, it's got vanilla in it. And then you can sweeten it with whatever you prefer to sweeten it with, whether it's maple syrup or date syrup or date sugar or anything like that. I'm going to see what I've got on hand, but you can sweeten it to the sweetness that you prefer, but it's really just a great way to get all those nutrients in. So I'm going to show you how I do mine. Right, start off with 1 cup of your preferred plant milk. I'm going to be using oat milk. I'm doing this in the blender, but if you wanted to just put it into a bowl and whisk it, that would be fine too. Or you could use a stick blender in a sort of a tall glass. Whatever works for you. I just like this, it just mixes all the spices nicely, and then I can pop it into a pot to warm it up. So I'm going to put 1 cup of oat milk. And into that I'm going to put half a teaspoon of turmeric, a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, some ground black pepper. This will help with the absorption of the turmeric. And then into that I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom, an 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, a teaspoon of vanilla, now for the cinnamon, you can either put an 1/8 of a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon in. I'm not going to use ground cinnamon. I'm going to, when I heat it up, I'm going to heat it up with a stick of cinnamon in it. I prefer it like this. So I'm just going to stick the lid on and just mix that. You could froth this as well if you had a frother. I like it just like this. It's nicely blended. It's got a frothiness to it. And I'm going to stick that in a pot. And I'll show you what that looks like now. Okay, so I forgot that we ran out of gas, and in this weather no one wants to go out, so we're only going to get a gas bottle tomorrow. So that I can get my golden milk in, I'm going to do it in my handy Instant Pot. So if you'll bear with me, I'm going to show you how this turns out. All right, this doesn't need to go in for long at all. So I'm only going to put it on for 2 minutes. I want it to heat up. I want it to infuse with the cinnamon, and then I want it to come out. So let's do it. I just want to point out for anyone who is South African that this is definitely like a boermaker plan. And if you're not South African, then it's an expression you should learn. But it just means that we make a plan when you really want something done. I think it's got to do with South Africans being incredibly why is this doing it? Oh, no, I want to lose it. Whoop. I'm not sure why it's steaming like that. It should be closed. Not keeping that here. Aha. There we go. I think it's closed now. It might not work, but I think it's got to do with South African stubbornness. That we'll make a plan. We'll see how this works out. There's quite a lot of steam is trying to escape with the little bit of liquid that's in here, so there might not be too much latte by the time I'm done, or too much milk left, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll turn out good. I'm really looking forward to this. All right, moment of truth. I'm terrified. Maybe I should let this cool down a little. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. I am worried about most of this escaping as steam and not having anything left to drink. Maybe I'll give it a minute just to cool down a little bit before opening this pressure valve. Because if I open it now, it's all over. My latte will be all over the counter. Let's give it a minute. Okay, I've only waited about a minute. So wish me luck. It's not too bad. I actually almost expected more steam than this. Maybe there will be something left to drink. Excuse my dirty oven, it hasn't been cleaned as yet today. But there's my mug, which I got for Christmas. And I think this is done. So let's have a look. Ooh, it has made a bit of a mess. That's okay. But otherwise, it's not very frothy anymore. I would have liked to have retained some of the froth, but let's see. Okay, all right. Well done. My innovation. As you can see, my cinnamon floating around there. Let's see how this turns out. It does smell good. So, and into this you can add whichever sweetener you like. I don't have a particular sweet tooth, so I'm going to put the tiniest little bit of sweetness in here before I drink it. But yeah, let's do a taste test. All right, so on my rainy day, the smell is kind of intoxicating. It's still pretty warm. Give it a good blow. Steamy. Yes, just what I've been craving. I hope you'll give it a try. Leave me know what you think. Do you make golden milk? Have you made it before? What's your favorite combination of spices? Yeah. Cheers.